All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Banana Papaya, the world's first medical radio program, specifically for millennials and Generation Z. Thank you to Dr. J for co hosting this program, and yours truly, who is speaking to you, David Arguez. Dr. J, how are we doing
I'm
today?
doing great. How are you? How's our audience?
Oh, our audience is doing fantastic. We're growing every
Getting
single
ready.
day.
Getting ready now.
Oh yeah, you know that in thank God that we have national coverage because in Miami everybody is famous for being late, and that's why especially millennials that have the attention span of a potato salad. As I was telling our special guest earlier, it's good that we have snippets and ways for them to participate without necessarily them having to tune in for the whole program. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and thank our sponsors for Banana Papaya because without them, this would not be possible. We have the incredible privilege of having with us Dr. Osorio today. So, in a few minutes, we will be introducing you guys to him. He's the founder of Optimum Spinal Health, and he is starting a new clinic in Doral. And he's only 32 years of age, so he's doing things that people in their 50s have not been able to do, and he's accomplishing some fantastic feats. So, are you a homeowner? Do you like money? Don't call the insurance company if your home needs fixing. Moreau Consultants, a public adjusting company that fights for your money, can guarantee that your claim will be settled efficiently and effectively. Learn how your homeowner's insurance is legally obligated to pay for your damages in your home. Call Moreau Consultants now for a free estimate and find out how they can get you up to $1 million by settling with your insurance company quickly and easily. Text Banana Papaya to 786-402-9328 and they will get you results no matter where you live.
That's 786-402-9328. And se habla español.
The Back to Scratch Method Gym, located in Doral, Florida, just like Dr. Osorio's clinic, was founded by world renowned personal trainer Alejandro Ribalta, who's trained several Miss Universes over the course of his 30-year tenure as a fitness expert. If you'd like to learn more about the unorthodox, effective methods utilized by the Back to Scratch Gym, text Banana Papaya to 786-389-9124.
786-389-9124. And also, también hablan español.
Fantastic. Be Smart Fitness Lab provides its clients with a fitness experience like any other. If you're someone who can't seem to find time to exercise, we have good news for you. Using electromagnetic stimulation, Be Smart's state of the art EMS suits cause over 350 different muscles in your body to contract at the same time while you work out under the personalized care of a certified personal trainer and physical therapist. Each 20-minute session is so intense it replaces a traditional 2-hour workout. Text Banana Papaya to 954-371-8334 to claim your complimentary session.
That's 954-371-8334.
Fantastic. And for all of our fans who are anxious to better their eating habits and change their lives in 2020, you're definitely listening to the right podcast, especially with the quality of guests that we have, such as today. Not only will you learn how to prevent disease and extend your lives, we also want to give you the opportunity to receive personalized care from Dr. J and I as we work together to ensure your success while on our wellness program.
We are located at 365 Wellness Solution in Coral Gables, but work with people all over the world.
Excellent. So, Dr. J and I will personally reach out to you to make sure your health concerns are addressed and resolved. We are very excited. We've got some great topics coming up. We've got our famous segments such as Shit Talk, our Guez Alliance. We've got NutriTips brought to you by 365 Wellness Solutions. We've got a lot of great things. But before we start, let's go ahead and jam out to some Drake to set the tone for today. Guile Chester, one of my personal favorites. We'll be back in just a bit, so don't leave.
No se nos vayan.
English, Dr. J. All right, my friends, we are back to Banana Papaya, brought to you by 365 Wellness Solutions. We're happy to be joined today by Dr. Osorio, as we mentioned earlier, who just founded his new wellness center, Optimum Spine Chiropractic Center in Doral. So we're super excited to tell you about all the holistic and natural methods that he has at his disposal. They're doing incredible things for the Miami community. So we are very, very proud to have him on. But before we start, let's go ahead and discuss
What are we discussing now? Tell me.
shit talk,
Smells?
smells,
All right, don't know.
textures, everything regarding to shit. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shit Talk, a segment which is about something that everybody thinks about, but nobody talks about because they're afraid to talk about, or it's not acceptable. But we're breaking stigmas here. We're breaking barriers at Banana Papaya. So, Dr. J, tell us, what is the topic for today?
Well, we're going to help you release that amount of excrement that are accumulated in your intestine. You have to look at you always look at you look at the shape of your stools, of your
Oh,
shit,
yeah, absolutely. The shapes, the texture,
and the
the
color.
density, the color as
The
well.
color is very, very important.
Oh, absolutely. So, for today, we're actually going to be talking about a very common occurrence, which is constipation. And clinical constipation, my friends, only is present when a person goes to the bathroom three or less times in a week. In our opinion, in our professional opinion, you should definitely be going every day.
At least once, at least.
At the very least, right? But if you're clinically constipated, you should be absolutely all ears, because this is might just save your life, and it might prevent you from developing polyps and cysts in your colon. So, Dr. J, go ahead and talk to us about what delayed gastric emptying is and how mineral oil has helped your patients specifically to treat their condition. Talk to us about
Delayed
that.
gastric emptying is a condition that is actually produced in the second to the third stage of life. Why is number one is because we don't chew the amount of times that we need to chew, especially when we're eating meat. Second, we're constantly drinking water while we're eating, and that reduces the amount of acids that are needed to to finishing with the digestion, and that produces a tremendous amount of mobility up in the stomach, at the upper part of the stomach, and nothing goes down. Nothing. The valve that connects the stomach to the small intestine. It used to be called it used to be called now it's called the jejunal gastric valve, and that valve is not going to open until it's actually very, very liquefied. And if it hasn't been able to be destructed, the amount is not going to open. Therefore, it's going to stay, and that's what is called delayed gastric empty. It can take for 3 to 4, and then we're walking around taking Alka-Seltzer, bicarbonate salts, whatever, in order to move that, and it's not. It's going to take a long time until that actually is destroyed and then open. By that time, the food it's already in the decomposition process, and it stays there, and that is going to not going to be well absorbed because it has lost the majority of the nutrients. And second, it's going to stay in the intestine for a long time. Why do we use mineral oil? Mineral oil, it's a very dense, it has a very large molecule, and it only serves as a as a way to help the mucosa of the intestines. In other words, it's going to lubricate the entire bowel, and it's going to help you. There is no side effect. There is no side effect of mineral oil, and the only side effect is that you're going to see a soupy bowl, meaning that you're going to see the oil, and that's the time to start cutting back the amount of oil that you're ingesting. What is the amount
Excellent.
that you ingest? 2 to 3 tablespoons a day.
Fantastic. Well, speaking of lubrication, and we're not going to talk about bananas or papayas here, my friends. Let's talk about insoluble fiber, because we're going to touch that topic later on today when we get to NutriTips, which became famous in 2018 when we introduced it in our Spanish radio show, 365 Soluciones para su Bienestar. And that also acts as a lubricant, since that type of fiber cannot be digested by the human body. It's great to know that we have mineral oil at our disposal, oatmeal as well. And we're going to provide you with many other tools for you guys to achieve an optimal state of health. And for all those of you who suffer from acid reflux and are taking Tums and different products like that, honestly, it's not really necessary when you have a optimal diet, as Dr. J and I were talking about before. If you're having acid reflux, you have too much acidity in the body, and you definitely need to start incorporating some more alkaline foods in your diet. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to give the long awaited shout out and a warm welcome to Dr. Alex Osorio. Welcome, my brother. How you feeling?
Doing great. Thank you for having me
here.
in the show.
Thank you for
I'm
being here.
super excited to be here with you guys today.
That's fantastic, man. So, what caught my attention about you in particular, Dr. Osorio, is that you're 32 years of age. You've got your own practice. You're balling. You're doing everything that you need to do in life for you to be successful. You're setting yourself up for, to be at the top by the time that you're 50. You're doing things that many people can only dream of. So, talk to us a little bit about your vision, what you wanted to become, how you're going to carry out all these plans that you have, because you've got big dreams and I know you're chasing them and you're making it happen. So talk to us a little bit about your wellness center and everything that you're doing with that.
I'm glad that you asked because you know part of what fuels me to go out there in the community and being so active is my vision. My ambition is a healthy community, healthy society. Unfortunately, nowadays we live in a really sick society.
I agree.
One of the sickest probably in the world, and we have a super, our government invests so much money in our healthcare. So what I bring to the table is completely new. Chiropractic is the leading profession drug list. So a lot of people now are seeking for different options. I think there's a time and place for everything. Obviously when it comes to emergency, our country is amazing and like long term things, but wellness now is something that is growing and people are growing up better conscious of nutrition, chiropractic, other ways that they can maximize their body function. So that's why we're so active in the community. Part of what we do is corrective care. So we base everything really specific. Make sure that your spine is healthy. Spinal hygiene is what we promote, what we preach, and more than anything, is make sure you express your God-given potential. Guess we all do.
Absolutely. Wow, I couldn't have given a better explanation to that.
Do
But
you know that it is the third cause of emergency room visits, back pain?
really?
Yes.
Wow, that's good to know. Well, that's why we have people
What's the
like
second
Dr.
one?
Osorio making a difference in the community.
First one is, of course, the cardiovascular. Number
Mhm.
two, I'm sorry, upper respiratory. And then it's back
Ah,
pain and it's stomach and gastrointestinal problems.
There you go.
Vomiting and
wow.
diarrhea, dehydration. So
Incredible.
we're right on the ball.
Oh yeah. So we're the pioneers of health. We're between nutrition, chiropractics, physical therapy, and everything that us three do. We're the pioneers of health. We're making a difference. First, we're starting off in Miami. Slowly, we're branching out to the rest of the U.S. and we're helping so many other people. But it's incredible the work that Dr. Osorio is doing, and as you guys know, Dr. J, our co-host, has done incredible things as well. Because Dr. J, talk to us a little bit about, for the people who are tuning in for the first time, your experience as a physician, a specialist in family medicine. I know you have 28 years of experience, so you can't teach that.
No, you can't. 13 years bound to a hospital. I worked at Miami Children's Hospital for many years. I worked from any capacity. I started as a surgical assistant, then became the assistant of a great neurosurgeon. I was there for 4 years. Then I went to that's where I learned actually to do adults at Cedars Medical Center, today's University of Miami Hospital. I
Nice.
worked there as a chief resident in a non uh, academic school. It was just a kind of a job, different since I had passed all my tests and I was licensed at that time. I was the chief of all those residents that came all over from all over the world, Venezuelans, Cubans, and all kinds of physician specialists,
Wow,
and I
what an
put them to work
experience!
as as house staff,
Nice.
and they became. They were able to get some sort of a license. Most of them passed the test, and they're prominent physicians working today here in the United States. Then I went to Miami Children's Hospital, back to Miami Children's Hospital back in the 1988. Then I did my residency, finishing in 1993, and then we stayed there for another 3 or 4 years. And it was not until 1998 that I became. I went to the Doral area, and I was the first physician at Doral doing family and certified pediatrician. I got the entire Southern Command on my office there.
The military base.
The military base in the Doral, and I worked there until last decade.
That is fantastic, my friend.
And as everybody knows, I'm doing conferences, and I work the radios, mainly Spanish Christian radio stations, and that's where they can reach me. And I work for a ministry, and I sit down and I talk to people because why are people failing? Because they're prescribed a whole bunch of medications. And what to do? They take it all at the same time, and one counteracts with the other one, and they're not doing their work. And most of the people are taking medicines that are really not helping their condition.
Agree.
Correct?
Correct, sir?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And it's incredible what you're doing, Dr. J. And we are so glad that to have you at 365 Wellness Solutions as the director of medical services of the company, where now you have a completely different mission, which is teaching people how to use their food as medicine and how to treat disease with medicine. So let's get back to Dr. Osorio. So, Dr. Osorio, talk to us about the importance of spinal health. And for example, in my case, you saw after my assessment, my spine was almost like an S. I'm definitely going to get treatment with you because right now that I'm 22 years old, I want to make sure that I start early. So talk to us a little bit about the importance of starting early for all those millennials out there that say, oh, I'll deal with that once I'm 50, once I'm 40 years old. Talk to us about what the dangers are of not taking care of your health, specifically your spinal health, early on in your life.
Yes, our society is used to living in what is called crisis care. Basically, if I'm in pain, that means I'm unhealthy. If I have no pain, that means I'm healthy.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we think like that, but we couldn't be any further from the truth. The thing is, when it comes to hygiene, we practice it every single day. When it comes to our teeth, we brush our teeth. We go to the dentist every 6 months. The reason why we do is because we want to prevent ourselves from having cavities, right? So
correct.
Imagine how important is taking care of your spine, which houses your nervous system, which is what controls every single function in your body. I mean, all the way from your digestive system to your immune system. So in reality, when it comes to chiropractic, pain is only 2% of what chiropractic can do for you. I mean, more than anything is function.
It's holistic.
It's holistic, of course. It's function. So that's why it's so important that we take care of our spine. The earlier, the better. When it comes to degeneration, is something that it builds up over time. So changes that occur, most of them are permanent. So if we could prevent those,
that sucks.
Exactly. I mean, once you have loss of disc height, once you have bone spurring, those are things that unfortunately are irreversible. So the sooner, the better. I mean, time is of the essence when it comes to this type of care. Even if you're not having no symptoms, that's even better. So that's why I see all the way from pregnancy, babies, newborns, all the way to geriatrics. So there's never a perfect age to go to chiropractic, but the sooner the better. I encourage everybody to at least get a checkup and see what's their status.
Absolutely.
If there's a deficiency in your spine that you need to work on, immediately start.
Definitely. And it's great that they're hearing it from a millennial as well, because usually, our parents and our grandparents warn us of, hey, listen, take care of your health, do this, do that. And we don't really listen to them because we say, oh, they're from another generation. They don't really know what's going on. But you're hearing it from a millennial, somebody that, we can relate to, and somebody that goes through the same daily struggles as us other millennials go through as well. So talk to us, Dr. Osorio, about some of the equipment that you're going to be using at your wellness center, and how you guys are different, what makes you different. Of course, you could only be as good as the doctor is, which in your case, I would love to get treatment with you, and especially young people, starting early,
Yes.
preventative care, proactive care. We've got a lot of those kind of clients, athletes and models and
Absolutely.
actors, actresses. They take care of themselves
Of course.
more so to look good aesthetically, but later on in their lives, they're really going to appreciate what they did with us in terms of nutrition, because of the fact that they're going to feel so great, and the rest of their
Yes.
friends that are their age might be, uh, not as well off as they are. So, talk to us about some of the equipment that you guys have at your wellness center, and what makes you guys different.
Yeah, so chiropractic is something that it has evolved over time. I consider myself one of the doctors from the newer generations. So again, what I do is corrective care. So not only I integrate the adjustments, but integrate, and we're gonna get into depth a little bit. Once we start talking about the nervous system, um, things like neuromuscular reeducation, how important that is
Mm.
for the body. Also traction, so that way we could fight against all the gravity that we receive in our body every single day. Um, Also, we integrate it with homework, because when it comes to this, when it comes to wellness, you got to do your part. It's like you
Oh,
guys. You guys
absolutely.
prepare a plan, but if the person doesn't do it at home, he's
Hmm.
gonna get no results. So
They've got to do their homework.
exactly. I mean, I can do, whatever you do. Like I like to say to my patients, whatever you do 23 hours of the day is going to beat what you do in my office in 10 minutes. I mean, unfortunately, I can't fight against that. So, more than anything, now millennials, one of the things I've seen is technology is a blessing, but it could also be our curse, because if we don't use it the right way,
You're 100% right.
you're affecting your spine basically.
Oh, yeah.
So that's one of my biggest battles with millennials is the cell phone. You got to use it a certain way. The computer.
Yes.
So it has to be
The
all used.
posture.
Exactly. The posture is vital when it comes to your spine. So, and not only that, everything that surrounds, all the structures that surround your spine is also going to be affected, like the muscles, inflammation, all those things.
We also know that
Overweight too.
obesity is one of the biggest problems that we're facing here in the United States. Actually, it's a world epidemic.
Absolutely.
But now, tell us how much can the spine be affected with carrying that overweight?
Of course, the discs are going to be suffering. I mean, that's basically our shock absorbers, like I like to say. So
Wow.
the way I visualize it is like your car. I mean, if you have a car and it's just packed with all this weight, I mean, every single day in, day out, over time, it's going to wear down the shock absorbers faster than if it was without all that extra weight. So, and going back to nutrition, one of the three things that affect the spine, that subluxate your spine, and subluxation is when the bones say shift out of alignment, affect you and compress the nerves, and that's what I look for as a chiropractor. One of the three things is one, physical stress, which is what people know about, like falls, car accidents, sitting in front of a computer for 10 hours. But not only that, but also toxins, which is something you're exposed to in foods.
Definitely.
And emotional stress too. Those three things are the three things that mostly affect your spine and your nervous system.
Oh yeah, you bring up great points, Dr. Osorio. And in terms of nutrition, something that you guys can do as of right now to start lubricating those discs in the spine and make sure that you guys have good spinal health is take an omega-3 supplement. Fats are absolutely essential, not only for the lubrication of our bones, but also for our nervous system health, our spinal health, and specifically our brain health. And as a matter of fact, they did a study with kids with ADD and ADHD, and they gave them Ritalin and other pharmaceuticals to one group, and they gave DHA, which is an ingredient in omega 3, to another group, right? And believe it or not, which one had the best performers? Which group?
Omega.
Natural.
Omegas, correct.
Absolutely.
So we're going back to nature, like you guys
Fish
said.
oil.
We're focusing on the holistics, and that's why I'm so honored to have you two doctors here in the studio with me, because we make a great team, and it's incredible the knowledge that our listeners are gaining at this moment. So speaking of knowledge, I want everybody to be informed as to what the function of the nervous system is, the difference between the peripheral and the central nervous system. Now, I know that you guys are going to absolutely dominate this topic, so I'm going to let you two do what you do best and go ahead and start developing this topic. So let's start with Dr. Osorio, and you guys can
You
now
want to,
begin.
you want us to spend everything that we've learned in 10 minutes, correct?
Yeah,
Well, vamos, let's
of
do
course.
it.
Gonna
Why
ask him to
not?
shorten it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so the nervous system, it has multiple divisions. The main ones is central nervous system, for short CNS. Central nervous system is spine and brain, spinal cord and the brain, and that's mostly where I focus, because obviously it's protected by your vertebrae, right? Then the peripheral nervous system, which is PNS, that goes through every single organ, every muscle, all over your body. So that will be called second order neurons, right?
Right.
Yes. So let me have you talk a little bit more.
Okay, we have the central nervous system, which is very well said, is composed of the brain, the cerebellum, the pons or la protuberancia in Spanish, and the spinal cord. Uh, the main senses are produced in the gray matter. Gray matter takes care of the movement, and white matter takes care of all the sensations and all the more complex part of the brain. They go into uh, the stem, the brain stem, which is the pons and the brain stem, and then from there goes into the spinal cord. The spinal cord again has white matter and gray matter. The white matter, it's for sensitive functions. The gray matter is for movement, and that goes in columns on the lateral part of the spinal cord. From there arrives to one nerve on each side, and then after they come out of the vertebra, they divide into an anterior part and a posterior part.
Mm.
All in there, it's composed to the upper nervous system, that the information that goes into the brain, and the lower nervous system, which is what we were the second. The lower nervous system takes care of all the movement of sensations and everything else. Therefore, the entire body is constantly. One thing that is very important for everybody to know, and he is going to talk a little bit about that too, it's that the right brain, it's for the left part of the body, except for the face, and the opposite of the left is for the and the left is for the right, and the right is for the left, because
They cross in the medulla.
they cross right on the medulla. They cross the information. Therefore, if you have a stroke or you have an accident, and you become quadriplegic for one reason, whatever the lesion is, if it's above that area, it's going to affect the same part of the affection on the face at the opposite side of the body.
Absolutely, absolutely. The nervous system is something that is extremely complex. As Dr. J mentioned, in the spinal cord, you're going to have tracks going up, going down. Every single track is going to have a different function. Some carry sensory, other carries motor. If we split into two main groups. Now, when it comes to your peripheral nervous system, and something I want to talk about is the autonomic nervous system. So the peripheral is splits into somatic, which is mainly sensory, coming from all over the body, but then the autonomic nervous system, which is more about the organs. And autonomic nervous system splits into sympathetic and parasympathetic.
Right.
Exactly. And what happens is that nowadays we live mostly in what is called sympathetic, because all the stress and all the our lifestyle nowadays is not the same as it used to be maybe 50 years ago, and it's just we live in a faster pace, so we tend to be on that fight or flight status, which is
Definitely.
sympathetic nervous system. And what happens is that when you're in that status in sympathetic nervous system, your body's not thinking about digestion, it's not thinking about sleeping, it's not thinking about salivating, about the most basic functions. Your body shuts it down because basically you're in survival mode. And that's what happens when one of your bones in your spine is out of alignment, because what happens is you have these tiny sensory nerve fibers that are called mechanoreceptors. They feed the cerebellum, which is part of your brain. What happens is when these bones are stuck, they're not able to send sensory motions sensations into the brain. So what happens is that then your body doesn't get that feedback, so it automatically goes into sympathetic nervous system. What that happens, then your body kind of shuts down, digestion, sleeping, all those things. So as a chiropractor, once we start restoring that motion back into those segments, you see as people, they start sleeping better, their digestion gets better. Basically their basic functions start to regulate themselves. Because they're switching now into a parasympathetic mode, where we should be long term, because sympathetic is something that is good if you're short term, but once you stay there for long term periods of time, that's where all the problems start coming up.
And what is said is absolutely true. Where this is all takes function on the white part of the brain, where we have the nucleus, and those nucleus produce the neuro hormones, and
Yes.
those neurohormones are sympathetic or parasympathetic. And if you produce a lot, and they are absolutely necessary for life, but
Hmm.
if you overstress them, what happens is that one inhibits the other one. So both of them cannot be working at the same time. Whatever one is active, the other is inhibited. When the other one is inhibited, the other one is active. So it works both ways. One is sympathetic and parasympathetic. So stress is good because it's made of cortisol and epinephrine. And what happens is that if you're constantly under stress, if you're working, you need to be producing that. When you overstress and you think and you have a lot of problems in your life, what happens is that you inhibited the other one, and that's why stress is bad. When we do conferences, we ask, is stress good or bad? Everybody says it's bad, and I say no, it's good, because in order for you to function, you need to be producing this hormone. Is the amount of time that you're going to be excreting these hormones? It's what it actually is going to produce the damage in your body.
And Dr. J,
Yes,
I don't know if you're definitely going to agree with me on this one, but I don't feel any sympathy whatsoever for anybody who's, after this program, has a sympathetic nervous system. After listening to all the tips from Dr. Osorio, there's no sympathy from us, because we're giving you guys all the tools necessary to succeed, and we're setting you guys up for success. So, wow, this interview is getting good. So unfortunately, we're going to have to take a quick break and listen to some nice tunes. But Dr. Osorio, before we go, would you mind sharing with our listeners your contact information so that they can text you, call you? I know that Optimum Spine Chiropractic Center isn't even in business yet, even though you guys are being blown up with phone calls and inquiries and things like that. But go ahead and share your contact information with our listeners so they can get in touch with you.
Absolutely. Well, our office phone number is 305-204-2243. Also, our website is getoptimumspine.com. Also, you can find us on social media as Dr. Osorio Miami. You can follow us there. You'll see updates. We're also taking information inquiries for appointments very soon. Hopefully, we'll be opening up like in the next 3 weeks. So we're already taking leads and everything for setting up appointments. So if
Repeat the
anybody,
number, Dr. Osorio.
Excellent.
Repeat the phone number.
it's 305-204-2243.
2243. Very
Yes.
good.
All right.
There you have it, folks. We're going to listen to Memories by Maroon 5, because your pain is
Oh my
just going to be a
God. I
memory
thought you were
after
going to play
going
Barbara
to.
Streisand here for me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Oh.
Memories. That's my favorite song. Come on.
Come on, Dr. J. You know this is a show for millennials.
Oh, okay. All right.
But
Well, you have to
you're a
remember the
millennial by,
dinosaurs once in a while.
of course. Hey, you're a millennial by association.
That's
So
right. By heart.
yes, you're the coolest baby boomer we know. Memories by Maroon 5. Your pain will no longer be an issue. It's going to be a memory.
nuestro cerebro y nuestro corazón. ¿Con qué? Con tomando cosas que no debemos de tomar.
Así mismo es. 365 Nutrition, ¿verdad?
365 Wellness Solutions.
Wellness
There you have it.
Solution, tienen que seguirlo. Esta gente, mejor dicho, son
Sí,
los duros en lo que se trata de
Que ahora tú eres parte de esta gente.
absolutamente. Y bueno, amigos, actually, this show's in English. We almost forgot since we had a little Spanish
Yeah, we had to. I had to.
conversation in the break. We had to get the Spanish out of our
Tenía
system.
mi gente y después me
Yeah.
los regaño.
Of course.
Okay,
of
let's
course.
do it.
No,
Let's
no,
do it
no,
now.
that's fine. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our newest segment, our Guez Alliance. And as many of you, or actually all of you, may know, unfortunately, Kobe Bryant has passed away in a helicopter accident. Him and his daughter lost his life, as well as 7 other passengers who were on board. We're going to have a moment of silence, 24 seconds in total, to honor Kobe Bryant's life and everything that he did, not only for the basketball community, but for the world. So,
The news had traveled the entire world. The entire world is mourning the loss of a great, great human being. Not only he was a dedicated, disciplined, love by heart of his sport, but again he had other values, family values, moral values, and religious values. And those are very important in a human being.
oh, absolutely. He was such a courteous individual, an educated individual as well. He spoke like what, 5 languages,
Yes.
Including Spanish, French, and he actually learned French. Tell me if this isn't the definition of the Mamba mentality. He learned French just so he can trash talk Tony Parker in the playoffs when they were playing against the Spurs. So he was an incredible human being, very multifaceted. And we're going to start off by talking about his basketball accomplishments first. He was an 18-time All-Star, NBA MVP, 5-time champion, 2-time Finals MVP. He was named to the NBA First Team countless times, NBA All Defensive Team countless times as well. And he did fantastic in terms of business and dominating not only the basketball court but also the business world. He actually co-founded a venture capital firm, Bryant Stibel. He invested $6 million in a sports drink called Body Armor, and his investment later grew to 200 million when Coca-Cola acquired a minority stake in 2018. Talk about successful in all aspects. Talk about hard work. If when we think of Kobe Bryant, discipline, humanitarianism, these are all synonyms that come to mind. And I was very, very, very shocked to hear this news, and it really hit me personally because growing up playing basketball, and just being very involved in sports, Kobe Bryant was truly an icon for all of us. And when he retired after his 20-year, well decorated career, it was kind of like a knife in my heart in a way, because it was basketball purity. He treated basketball as an art, as a canvas, and he had a brush with all the colors and everything. He also had investments in Alibaba. We know that Alibaba, especially the stock, is going up and up and up every single day. He won an Oscar for Dear Basketball as well. Co-founded the Mamba Sports Academy, which I'm sure Gianna, his 13-year-old daughter, who also passed, was very involved in as well. And he wrote the book Mamba Mentality. So, guys, talk to us a little bit about the Mamba mentality, what it meant in your opinion, and the impact that it had in your personal lives as well.
Yeah, Kobe was a super competitive person. His spirit, always striving for greatness. That's one of the things I definitely admire mostly about Kobe and the Mamba mentality. I know one of the things he wanted to do a few projects for Puerto Rico also as well. That's
Oh,
something,
that's nice.
yeah, something I didn't know. I believe it was for autism, for autistic kids. And, this guy is super involved in the community when we're talking about how involved you could be in helping others and serving others. Life just pays you 10 times back. So that's why he is, and he will also, always remind in our minds and our hearts, because Kobe, amazing human being, one of the best.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
the majority of people are well known after their death.
Yeah.
It was very well known in life, and now it's going to become bigger because there's a lot of things about family. I'm very family oriented in that aspect. Everybody knows is that he has four girls. Looking for a boy, he had four girls. He loved
Hmm.
girl, as he says. You need a king in order to have princesses.
Yeah.
And but now after his this the love that he had and the unity that he has with his oldest child, Gigi, it's going to be now. It's when we're really going to learn about it because this girl, if you see all the pictures, he loved his family, he loved everybody. He loved children all over foundations and sports centers and things like that. But again, we're going to see now the bounds that he had with this girl. Yesterday it was something that he was doing for her when he put when they got the helicopter. The helicopter had the
Yeah.
okay to travel under the fog, and that's when they actually got into trouble.
It's a really really really
It's a
sad situation, and
it's a
yeah,
great loss. It's a great
and
loss.
his legacy will live on forever. I mean, the Dallas Mavericks already retired the number 24 in remembrance of Kobe. There's speculation around the league that they actually might make him the NBA logo instead of Jerry West, which
Wow.
it's been the Jerry West has been the logo for over 50 years, if I'm not mistaken. So that would be a very significant change as well. And it's just a horrible, horrible situation, not only for his friends and family, but us, the fans who admired him from afar. And hopefully one day we can do what we are setting out to accomplish to do, which is be the champions of health. He was a basketball champion. He was a champion of life as well. So we are following in his footsteps as competitors. We want to be the best doctors, the best practitioners possible. So he set an example for absolutely everybody. So thank you everyone for the support. Thank you for your morning. And it's a very very sad day, not only in the basketball world, but for everybody else as well. So let's go ahead and continue with Dr. Osorio's interview. I know a lot of people have been asking about what they can do for back pain, which is, as Dr. J mentioned, the most common cause of emergency visits in hospitals as well. So, Dr. Osorio, talk to us a little bit about chiropractics. I know we spoke about it briefly, but talk to us about the science behind chiropractics, the studies that they've done, your personal cases as well. Talk to us about some of the success stories that you've personally witnessed.
Yeah, chiropractic is really known for uh, pains and
Hmm.
aches. But again, it does a lot more than that. But right now, a lot of people are seeking for other options than opioids, because opioids, it can be addictive. It can cause a number of problems to the body, as probably Dr. J would know for sure. So chiropractic is something that is totally new now. I mean, I've seen cases of success. This problems all the way from migraines, sleeping
Mm.
issues, um, anxiety, depression,
Wow.
digestive problems. Chiropractic is something, again, the nervous system, it takes care of everything. So it's limitless, the
Yeah.
possibilities, if your spine is healthy and your nervous system is healthy. um, at least, and just to be super clear, when it comes to chiropractic, we don't treat symptoms. Our only job is to treat the spine. The only thing we work with is the spine. Now, as a result of that, of your nervous system functioning at 100%,
The entire
Mm.
system get
exact
affected.
symptoms, organs start working better. All those things improve as a result of that. But it's not like I'm treating anxiety or I'm treating digestive problems or all those type of problems.
I have a difficult question.
Yeah.
Why are the majority, especially Spanish people, they don't like to go to chiropractors because they're going to do the adjustment and then they can damage instead of help? What's those? Tell us, what is that all about? Where did that come from?
There's a huge stigma when it comes to that. So, I mean, that first of all, that noise that comes out of the joints is cavitation. So, the spine is what is called a synovial joint. As the knees, as the elbows.
Just like when you practice things.
Exactly. So it's just bubbles coming out of the joint. So that's that noise. It's not like we're breaking anything or dislocating or anything whatsoever. Actually, chiropractic is one of the most safest approaches when it comes to health. Um, Again, there's different techniques also. So one of the techniques I practice is not only manual adjustments, but I also work instrument adjustment. So that incurs in no twisting or manual manipulations or anything whatsoever. So a lot of people that come to me, they're concerned about, oh, I don't like that twisting or I don't want you to touch my neck. Well, guess what? I have this instrument where we could adjust it this way and we'll get the same results. So I adjust babies with that. So, it's something that is extremely safe and a lot of people just come to me because of that approach that, it's a different technique.
That's incredible.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
So chiropractic care is not only exclusive to an older audience, like you said, that has pain. You even treat babies, you treat kids, you treat teenagers, young adults.
Yes, you'll be known as a pediatric chiropractor.
Yes. I actually see pregnant patients also.
Wow.
I'm certified in a technique called Webster's. So Webster's, it helps release the ligaments, the round ligaments of the uterus. So that way the baby has more space to move around. So a lot of moms come to me when they're in breech, and I've been able to help with chiropractic improve those things.
Excellent.
And again, newborns, because when we talk about the spinal health, one of the most traumatic events is the birth process. Remember, the doctor is going to be pulling that baby through the neck, and especially if it's a C-section. I was actually reading a study that a C-section birth could be equal as a whiplash 2 injury to that baby's neck.
Absolutely.
So,
the canal is that erectile.
Yes.
It goes like that.
Yes, exactly. And
it goes like that, like the pelvis of the mother has to break it, exactly. To separate.
Exactly. So there's a lot of pressure being placed on those babies, and if we can catch it on time and make sure that baby, spine and nervous system is functioning at its maximum potential, that way his immune system is functioning great. Probably issues like colic or neurodevelopmental issues also, like autism, things like that. So all of that can improve through chiropractic and through different stimulus that we're putting into the spine, so that way it goes all the way to the brain.
That's awesome, Dr. Osorio. And I love how you have that humanitarian aspect to your personality of wanting to help people, and not only choosing your career because, you wanted to have success in your personal life, but also because you wanted to feel fulfilled and satisfied as well. So let's talk about Miami specifically. For those of you guys that have never visited Miami or have never lived in Miami, we are the epicenter of car accidents. I don't know why people drive so horribly in the city. They're always cutting in front of us, doing things that they shouldn't supposed to do. But this whiplash, as you mentioned before, can cause some serious injuries, and it can cause some serious complications. So not only whiplash, but talk to us about recovery in general, since that is your area of expertise. How can we get rid of that stiffness? How can we get rid of those pains that tend to linger in our bodies? I know nutrition plays a big part in reducing inflammation, eating healthy fats, avoiding acidic foods, eating anti-inflammatory foods like fruits and vegetables. But talk to us a little bit about the techniques in terms of chiropractic care and what you do at your wellness center that can help people with recovery, that stiffness, and that lingering pain.
Of course. I mean, first of all, when you're in a car accident, if you're going as fast as 5 miles, you could already have damage to your ligaments in your spine. Because a lot of people think, it's just a fender bender. There's no way I have damage. Well, guess what? You can have micro tears to your ligaments. And what happens is that over time that creates instability. And then the discs start to wear down, and it basically accelerates all those degenerative changes that build over time in your body and your spine.
Let me add something to that. Every time you have a tear, separation, break, rip, whatever you want to call it, that nerve is never healed the same way, and
Absolutely.
it heals with a different kind of tissue,
Scar
the scar tissue, and that's what later on is going to produce pain. So every little accident that you have, you must first consult, your doctor, and then look for a lawyer, because what the problem may not be present, but it may be a pain in the future.
Yes, and more than anything is stabilizing, making sure everything is okay. So it doesn't matter how small the car accident is. Always seek for help. It's your right. You pay for it. So
Yeah,
it's something that is in your best interest, looking after your health. And when again, so what happens when you have a whiplash injury is that you create that motion where all your ligaments are stretched, and you have tons of ligaments in your spine. You have in between the facets, which is a specific part of the joint. Also, you have in your disc, you have all those things that are going to be suffering and that are exposed when you're in a car accident. So part of that again is not only getting those bones back to motion, back to their normal alignment, but it's taking the pressure off those nerves, reducing inflammation, and then making sure that those ligaments are nice and strengthened. So that way we could create that stability that your spine needs in the long term. That's vital.
fantastic, fantastic information. Dr. Osorio, we want to give you a big thank you, not only on behalf of Dr. J and I, but on behalf of all of our listeners, because they know that the information that they received in this program is gold.
Super.
And yeah, they're definitely going to be calling you because they want to be in the hands of somebody that they can relate to. I mean, what doctor shows up to a radio program dressed so casually? It's about what you know. It's not about how you look, or it's not about what clothes you're wearing. It's about the problems you can solve for people and how you can help them. So I really admire that as a fellow millennial. I completely relate to you. And I know Dr. J relates to you as well because of his youthful, energetic spirit. And
Your values is what I go
absolutely.
a little bit beyond. It's your values. That's not only you present yourself, your feelings. You just have to listen. Everybody just have to listen to you and know what kind of heart do you have when you talk about, with that passion of, for the elderly, for the young people, for the children. So congratulations. I think
No,
you're gonna be very, very successful
I,
in the development. And we'll make sure that we'll drive a lot of people around to your
I
office,
gotta say,
especially old people like.
I didn't know what to expect when I was coming, but I gotta say I'm super happy that I came and spending this time with you guys and seeing what you guys are doing for the community. I mean, I gotta say, guys, this is amazing information. This free education that you're getting on how to take care of your body and
Thank
what's
you, my
going
friend.
on with your body, because you gotta know, you gotta understand what happens on a daily basis, so that way when you need to seek for help. So this is amazing, and please stay tuned with this program, because it's really awesome.
Thank you so much,
We're
brother.
pleased to have you, and I'm sure we'll see you. We'll see you again
Looking
very,
forward to it. Looking
very, very
forward
Definitely.
to it.
soon.
It's
It's
been my
a
pleasure.
Oh, it's our pleasure as well. And this program is amazing due to the fact that we have superstar guests like you, due to the fact that Dr. J has the experience that he has, the knowledge that he has. And like you said, it's free education. And speaking of education, let's go ahead and move on to NutriTips, brought to you by 365 Wellness Solutions. We want you, Dr. Osorio, to also chime in, since we know you're such a multifaceted, well-rounded chiropractor and entrepreneur. We want to go ahead and take advantage of all your knowledge. We're going to be talking about oatmeal today. Oatmeal. A lot of people are waging a war against carbs. Do you guys agree? Well, oatmeal is called oatmeal because of the fact that it is so nutritionally complete that it is literally a meal. It's got protein, it's got fiber, it's got complex carbohydrates, which is basically carbohydrates that are timed released. Just like taking a timed release melatonin, instead of 3 hours, it'll be in your system for 8 hours. We know that the function of carbohydrates is to give you energy. Oatmeal is going to give you not fast energy, but long lasting energy. So that's why, for example, just like runners before a big race or a marathon, they consume whole wheat pasta or oatmeal the night before, and then they consume simple carbohydrates, which give fast energy the same day of. That's what oatmeal will do for you in terms of long lasting energy. Dr. J, did you want to add something
I
to
was
that?
going to add something. This sounds like the meal for the lazy. I mean,
Yeah.
nobody's going to eat that. Nobody's going to cook now.
Perfect meal for
have
millennials.
meals for 3 times a day.
Yeah, I
If it's
love
a
it.
meal, let's have 3 meals a day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love it. I love the tip. And speaking of benefits,
Tell us.
oatmeal can benefit you on your weight loss journey. It could
Absolutely.
also lower blood pressure. It could lower blood sugar. It could balance your cholesterol levels. It's really great for skincare. And we're going to enter into detail about that. Constipation. We mentioned that it's rich in fiber, specifically insoluble fiber, which is a type of fiber that cannot be digested by the human body. So it turns into a paste and it acts kind of like a lubricant for the colon. So any excrement that is stuck on the colon and the intestines, it's going to be flushed out thanks to the oatmeal. It's great also to lower the risk of heart disease.
Cholesterol,
Um,
especially.
oh, absolutely. And how full do you guys feel after eating a bowl of oatmeal? It's very filling,
It
right?
is.
Very.
It is.
Extremely filling. So it's a very calorically sparse food. One packet of instant oatmeal usually has anywhere between 80 and 100 calories. And for me, or for other people that are trying to gain weight instead of lose weight, uh, it's not. It can definitely be used as a tool if you combine it with peanut butter and high fat foods. But if you're trying to lose weight, since it's such a calorically sparse foods, you can literally have a bowl of oatmeal, two hard boiled eggs for breakfast, and a bowl of fruits. And you'll have only consumed about 250 to 300 calories for your breakfast. You're going to be extremely full. And due to
And
that
energetic.
boost, yes, that you're going to be extremely energetic as well. And due to that boost that your system just received all those different nutrients, it's got manganese, it's got phosphorus, magnesium, copper, zinc, folate, vitamin B5, calcium, potassium, vitamin B6, vitamin B3. It's got so many benefits. Normally, people do not refer to oats as a superfood, but at Banana Papaya, we proudly call it a superfood because of the fact that it's so complete. It's just like avocado. It's just like absolutely anything else. Turmeric, curcumin, all the other superfoods. Oatmeal should also be up there on that list, and it should be recognized as one.
I got another
Would you
one.
agree?
Super cheap.
It is.
Exactly.
It is.
Super cheap.
Super cheap.
Yeah.
And you can get it anywhere. In any store, you can buy oatmeal. Any
Oh, yeah.
countries you can buy oatmeal. Everywhere you go, they have oatmeal. You know that I was reading. They've known oatmeal for over 4,000 years.
Wow.
Really?
2,000 years before Jesus Christ.
Oh
They
my
know
gosh.
oatmeal. They've been
Wow.
consuming oatmeal.
And it's a whole grain as well. I mean,
It's a whole
and
grain.
have you guys looked at a nutrition label and seen the ingredients? Enriched wheat.
Yes.
Enriched wheat is horrible because
Horrible for the health.
they use it to trick people. They think that they're consuming something that's whole wheat or whole grain.
Mhm.
But if a bread, for example, or a pasta does not specifically say 100% whole grain or 100% whole wheat. And I know we've got other programs after us, but we're getting so inspired that we want to give you the most information possible, fellas. So it's great that you guys know this, and we will leave you with this. If you consume oatmeal every single day and if you incorporate it as part of your regimen, we guarantee you, especially if it's combined with the right foods, you will achieve your optimal state of health, especially if you're under the supervision of health professionals such as Dr. Osorio, such as Dr. J, and myself. We guarantee you that you're going to do really well. You're going to do a lot better with us and under our care, but definitely consider incorporating more oatmeal into your diet. So, Dr. Osorio, before we go, would you mind sharing your contact information with our listeners just one last time?
Absolutely. My office phone number is 305 204 2243. Also, you can check us on our website, Get Optimum, and that's what at the end, spine.com. GetOptimumSpine.com. Also, you can follow us on social media on Instagram, Dr. Osorio Miami, and on Facebook, Dr. Osorio, Optimum Spine Chiropractor.
Thank
Awesome, brother. Hey, it was a pleasure having you.
was
Let
my
me go
pleasure.
ahead and shake your hand before we go so that we can formally go ahead and, Jay, congratulations, man. That was a great show.
Thank you.
So let's go ahead and have a word from our sponsors before we officially conclude Banana Papaya, the third episode, as you guys know. Are you a homeowner? Do you like money? Don't call the insurance company if your home needs fixing. Moreau Consultants is a public adjusting company that fights for your money and can guarantee that your claim will be settled efficiently and effectively. Learn how your homeowner's insurance is legally obligated to pay for certain damages in your home. Call Moreau Consultants now for a free estimate and find out how they can get you up to $1 million by settling with your insurance company quickly and easily. By the way, we're going to have the owner of Moreau Consultants join us pretty soon for a program.
Excellent.
Sometime in mid-March. Jonathan Moreau is his name. He's closed millions of claims, him and his team, and he grew up poor in Louisiana, and today he is a multimillionaire. He's supporting the health movement, especially Banana Papaya, and he's fantastic. He's a very charitable guy, and he really believes in what we're doing. So thank you so much, Jonathan Moreau. Text Banana Papaya to 786-402-9328, and they will get you results no matter where you live. That's 786-402-9328.
The Back to Scratch Method Gym, located in Doral, Florida, was founded by world-renowned personal trainer Alejandro Ribalta, who trained several Miss Universes over the course of his 30 years of fitness expert. If you would like to learn more about this unorthodox effective method utilized by the Back to Scratch Gym, text Banana Papaya at 786-389-9124.
That's 786-389-9124. Se habla español.
Qué bueno.
Sí, qué bueno para los
Que me
latinos.
encanta.
Of course. Be Smart Fitness Lab provides its clients with a fitness experience unlike any other. If you're someone who can't seem to find time to exercise, we have good news for you. Using electromagnetic stimulation, Be Smart's state-of-the-art EMS suits cause over 350 different muscles in your body to contract at the same time while you work out under the personalized care of a certified professional trainer and physical therapist. Each 20-minute session is so intense, it replaces a traditional 2-hour workout. Text Banana Papaya to 954-371-8334 to claim your complimentary session.
That's 954-371-8334. Y se habla español también.
Claro que sí, mi amigo. So for all our fans that are anxious to better their eating habits and change their lives in 2020, the time is now, my friends. We're in a new decade, a new age of medicine. We've got a millennial movement led by myself, Dr. Osorio, Dr. J, and all of these different pioneers of health. We're doing amazing things in the community, and we could do amazing things for you as well. So not only will you learn how to prevent disease and extend your lives, we also want to give you the opportunity to receive personalized care from Dr. J and I as we work together to ensure your success while on our nutrition program.
You can visit us at the 365 Wellness Center in Coral Gables area. You can give us a call at 786-816-6287.
Fantastic. Dr. J and I will personally reach out to you to make sure your health concerns are addressed and resolved.
Yeah.
So, with that, my friends, unfortunately, we're going to have to conclude the program. Until next Monday, you can catch the snippets of our show on Instagram at Banana Papaya. Whoa! By Lil Baby. Hope you guys enjoy it.
Thank you.
Take care, millennials,
Gracias.
Gen Z, baby boomers, Gen X, absolutely everybody who tuned in. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week.
Gracias. Nos vemos pronto. Los voy a después a saludar a cada uno de ustedes. Y cualquier persona nos puede llamar.